Dear Journal, I hate running. It's been an interesting year, to say the least.
Major cities across the country are looking more like ghost towns. We're so used to seeing LA's famous bumper-to-bumper traffic, but take a look at this LA freeway during rush hour yesterday. Virtually empty compared to what it's usually like in New York's Grand Central Terminal. Normally the busy gateway to the city is...
We went on lockdown back in March, and the first 2 months were pretty rough for me. I ended up watching a lot of TV.
Sally Jo still hasn't decided on the shape of her sink.
It was just going to be circular, basically mirroring the calendar. And I was originally just going to keep it round with a straight rim, but actually I felt like playing something more sculptural of it, so,
And then I just got stuck in a rut. There were so many days where I struggled to get out of bed. It was pretty obvious that I needed to make some changes. I looked for ways to stay busy and be productive. But the one thing I struggled with the most was definitely exercise. I always loved the idea of being a runner, but every time I tried, I knew I wasn't cut out for it. Because honestly, running is a chore. And it's not just any kind of chore. There's a great deal of pain involved in it, which basically makes it a torturous kind of chore. Anyway, this is where I run, in the garage. From here to the wall is about 185 feet. I would need to do a little more than 14 laps in the garage to run a mile. I usually come down here after 10 when it's empty and quiet. Not just to practice social distancing, but I also didn't want anyone to think I'm this weirdo who's running in the garage all by himself. I wanted to see how many laps I could run in 10 minutes. And sure enough, my first run was nothing but agony. I couldn't even run a mile in 10 minutes. But that wasn't even the hardest part about running. The hardest part was doing it regularly. See, when life gets busy, the first thing to go is usually exercise. I'll lay there at 10:15 and I know I need to go for a run. But why would I want to go through that torment again when I'm already dead Pete tired? I had to find a way to incentivize myself. So I tried listening to podcasts during my run. I thought maybe I could trick myself into thinking that running was fun, because that was when I could listen to all of my favorite podcasts. I learned from this one science podcast that there's this toilet that can always keep itself clean without leaving a streak of human waste, and they use synthetic poop to test it in the lab, because poop is sticky. I soon discovered other benefits to running. I noticed that it helped me to balance out my mood, especially when I was worked up about something. If this were a couple of months ago, I would have probably just internalized it, or even eaten a big fat bucket of ice cream or something. But now, I can go for a run. And while I catch my breath, I'll try to figure out what was really bothering me, and if it was something I could overlook. I'm nowhere close to feeling that runner's high people talk about. but somewhere in the middle of my run, I don't really feel tired. And for those few moments, I feel good. So, dear journal, I hate running. But sometimes I guess I do like it.